Here's your KNDY weatherology forecast for northeast Kansas and southeast Nebraska. Storms likely today, otherwise cloudy skies expected. Daytime highs approaching 69. Cloudy skies expected again tonight. Chance of thunderstorms. Lows level off around 59. Slight chance of rain showers. Tomorrow, daytime highs approaching 72. Cloudy skies with a few peaks of sun. I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Right now, 61.
Kansas Mid-America Network News. I'm Andy Hoosier. Kansas State University is the latest university nationwide that they say they are ending their initiative for diversity, equity, and inclusion after announcing they are changing the word out of its mission statement, with President Richard Linton from Kansas State University saying, quote, "This is to comply with Senate Bill 125 and to be able to line up with all of the other strategic plans in our colleges and in our units on campus." Prior to the change, the word diversity appeared twice in the mission statement that was approved by the KBOR back in 2008, where they have changed the word diversity to, quote, "all will be added in the mission statement." With the mission statement now reading as the mission of Kansas State University is to foster excellent teaching, research, and service that develops a highly skilled and educated citizenry necessary to advocating the well-being of Kansas, the nation, and the international community. The university embraces all, encourages engagement, and is committed to the discovery of knowledge. Kansas Mid-America Network News.
Life on the farm can be tough. Uncertainty in the weather, crop prices, trade deals, and so much more. How do you keep up with it all to make your farm successful? That's where we come in. Join me, James Guerin, with the Mid-America Ag Network with your hourly ag commodities, daily weather, soil moisture, and humidity reports. Plus, keep up with the latest regional and national news affecting the ag markets. Let's work together in making your farm thrive. And it's all right here on the Mid-America Ag Network.
Why do winners play at Seven Clans Casinos? The numbers don't lie. From Wichita to Texas, Seven Clans has the only certified loose casino, as verified by Strictly Slots Magazine. That's why winners play here. Plus, use your Seven Clans rewards card for even more perks and offers. It's official. Seven Clans Casinos have the area's only certified loose slots.
Kansas tourism continues to win national awards for the Sunflower Program. As KSN News reports, the program did earn their gold award for the Bridging Communities category for the 2025 Educational Seminar for Tourism Organization Conference in Phoenix, Arizona. According to the Kansas Tourism Department, they say that the award recognizes tourism campaigns that help strengthen connection and boost local impact. As David Toland, Lieutenant Governor and Commerce Secretary for the state, released a statement regarding the Sunflower Summer programs, saying that the Sunflower Summer program helps families explore Kansas while supporting local economies, as he says that it, quote, sparks new journeys, fosters state pride, and fuels the entire tourism economy. As last summer alone, more than 705,000 Kansas residents used the program to visit more than 223 statewide attractions, as the initiative was honored earlier in the year with the E-Tourism Summit. The Tourism Department says they are looking forward to the 2026 summer program again. Mid-America Network News.
Ever thought about what kind of curveballs Mother Nature might throw our way? Don't worry, Blue Valley Insurance is here to lend a hand. Whether it's hailstorms damaging your crops or strong winds causing trouble, our crop insurance has got you covered. It provides compensation for crop loss due to damaging weather conditions like hail, and we offer wind coverage too. Swing by one of our Blue Valley Insurance locations in Lynn, Greenleaf, Hanover, or Marysville.
Nebraska Mid-America Network News. I'm Andy Hoosier. A conversation has been going on through the Nebraska Judicial Committee after they held an interim hearing at the end of last week discussing the proposed McCook ICE detention facility, after State Senator McKinney of the Omaha area had sent a letter to the Nebraska Judiciary Committee chairwoman regarding the issue. As last week, the Urban Affairs Committee held an interim hearing for Legislative Bill 148 to examine potential building code issues related to the proposed changes at the facility.
We have men that are currently sitting in our Nebraska State Penitentiary that is very overcrowded, that I've visited multiple times in the last month, which has men crammed in spaces that they shouldn't be in and living in inhumane conditions.
That audio from KSNB at Local Channel 4. Governor Jim Pillen of the state of Nebraska's administration did not participate in the committee's hearing and said they would not be involved in the interim study regarding the facility.
Hi, Grandpa. This is
50 unread messages.
Emergency.
I need $2,000. Each year, more than 3.5 million older adults are victims of financial exploitation in the U.S. Many are afraid to report it, but taking action prevents additional victims. Here's what you can do. Stop. Don't interact with the scammers. Verify the source with a trusted person and report it right away if you think you've been scammed. Remember, stop, verify, report.
Sponsored by Kansas DCF and KDADS and aired in cooperation with the Kansas Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Reporting local news, I'm Bruce Dierking. Marshall County Commissioners last week discussed the 2026 budget and three options they're considering. The county appraiser advised most personal property will become exempt beginning first of the year, with an estimated $91,500 that will no longer be collected. The sheriff noted through the accreditation process it was discovered the annex building west of Marysville is not adequate for evidence storage as it's accessible by others. A conversation with emergency management and county health departments who share the space will be initiated to survey needs for additional building construction for storage. A public hearing is set September 29th at 9:30 a.m. for a request for property tax exemption for a building expansion project at Waterville by Landall Company. Washington County Commissioners' meeting last week was mostly routine business. Nemaha County Commissioners heard from the interim county administrator that only necessary road and bridge projects would be addressed through year-end in efforts to meet budget, and a survey of county equipment and future needs was being put together. A motion was passed unanimously to allow purchase of 2 trucks not to exceed a cost of $90,000. A retirement reception for Nemaha County Treasurer Janelle Nehus is planned October 10th from 1:30 till 4:30. Gage County Board of Supervisors approved the 25-26 budget as published, reflecting a 4% decrease from the previous year, which results in a 2.47% increase in the tax request rate. In Jefferson County, Nebraska, the Steel City West Bridge was closed last week until further notice due to safety concerns. A vehicle accident was reported in Gage County Friday afternoon. An unidentified woman lost control on South 94th Road, 2 miles west of Barnston. Her vehicle rolled. No injuries were reported. An injury accident was reported in Nemaha County Sunday morning. Dalton J. Riggs, age 17 of Marysville, lost control on K9 Highway around 9 a.m., went into a ditch and struck a field entrance a half-mile west of V Road, rolling the vehicle several times. Riggs was the lone occupant in the single-vehicle accident and was transported to Stormont Vale Hospital in Topeka with suspected serious injuries. Homecoming was Friday at Axtell, Frankfort, and Hanover High Schools. Queen, crowned at Axtell, was Claire Bussing, and King, Colin Shaughnessy. At Frankfort, Queen was Holland Shirley, and King, Wes Anderson. At Hanover, Queen was Leah Ginneman, and King, Eli Hyman. Washington Public Library, which has recently undergone renovations, will host an open house Wednesday from 10 to 6. A Newcomers Come and Go event is planned Thursday evening in Marysville. Over 24 businesses and organizations will participate and share their programs with those who may be new to the community. It's casual, and free kids activities will be featured from 5 until 7, with a sing-along with a folk musician to follow at 7 p.m. at Venue 36 in Marysville Thursday evening, beginning at 5. Melvin J. Sidlacek, age 101 of Marysville, passed away Saturday. Funeral Mass Monday, 10:30 at St. Gregory's Catholic Church, Marysville. Burial of the church cemetery. Rosary, Sunday evening at 7 at the church, with a visitation Sunday 11 until 5 at Kinsley Mortuary of Marysville, in charge of arrangements for Melvin Sidlacek. Norma J. Hurt, age 88 of Waterville, passed away Friday. Memorial service October 3rd at St. Mark's Lutheran Church, Waterville. Interment in the Marysville City Cemetery. Visitation October 2nd, 6 until 8 p.m. at the Christy Anders Funeral Home in Waterville, in charge of arrangements for Norma Hurt. On the Marshall County Senior Citizens Lunch Menu today, chicken pot pie casserole with a biscuit, garden blend, cranberry sauce, and a cookie. Tomorrow, cowboy casserole with cornbread, tater tots, mixed vegetables, strawberries, and bananas. KNDY News Time, 7:13.
Whether you're buying, building, remodeling, or refinancing, your home is a major investment in your life. At United Bank and Trust, we understand how important it is to work with someone who cares. Our loan officers have the experience it takes to make the process a smooth one. Come in for a visit or start online by filling out a loan application at ubankonline.com in as little as 20 minutes. Mortgage lending with United Bank and Trust. It's banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Here's your KNDY weatherology forecast for northeast Kansas and southeast Nebraska. Showers and thunderstorms are likely today with our highs in the upper 60s and lower 70s. And more showers are likely overnight tonight, mostly cloudy with our lows in the mid to upper 50s. Still a slight chance for some rain showers early on Wednesday, partly sunny with our highs in the mid 70s, then mostly clear skies over Wednesday night with our lows in the lower to mid 50s. Some sunshine throughout Thursday with our highs in the mid to upper 70s, and clear skies throughout Thursday night with our lows in the lower to mid 50s. Staying sunny throughout Friday with our highs in the upper 70s and lower 80s. Then mostly clear skies throughout Friday night with our lows in the mid to upper 50s. More sunshine as we head into Saturday with our highs in the lower 80s. And mostly clear skies throughout Saturday night with our lows in the lower to upper 50s. Still staying warmer as we head into next Sunday with our highs in the lower 80s. Then staying partly cloudy throughout Sunday night with our lows in the upper 50s and lower 60s. More sunshine as we head into next Monday with our highs in the upper 70s and lower 80s. And temperatures still staying warmer throughout mid next week. I'm meteorologist Kara Foster.
Average high temperature late September 79, record high in this date 95. The average low 54 and the record low 28. Sunrise this morning 7:16, sunset this evening 7:23. Gusty wind shift accompanying some early morning showers here at studios. It's 61 degrees with light rain. Radar indicating quite a bit of shower activity across the plains. That activity would encompass the area north of I-70 through the eastern half of Kansas up into southeast Nebraska, and will likely continue early this morning. That's a check of the news and weather for this Tuesday, the 23rd of September. KNDY News Time 7:16. I'm Bruce Dierking reporting. John Adams referred to the Constitution as the greatest single effort of national deliberation the world has ever seen. George Washington wrote to Marquis, that appears to me then a little short of a miracle. This Constitution Minute provided by the Arthur Barrett Chapter Daughters of the American Revolution in honor of Constitution Week.
At Hilltop Tires in Marysville, we know keeping your family safe on the road is our number one priority, and it starts with the right tires. That's why a set of reliable and American-made Cooper tires will last as far as the roads take you. This is Kate Hedke, and whether it's your loved ones to work, your kids to school, or just cruising around town, Cooper Tires gives you the confidence to go the distance. Give us a call at Hilltop Tires and put your family first, one set of Cooper tires at a time.
Attention, Marysville and surrounding areas. Tension Corporation is hiring right now. They're looking for a machine operator. This role focused on quality control. No experience, no problem. They'll train you. They're also looking for a machine adjuster, but for this one, you'll need solid mechanical experience to keep the machines running smoothly and handle repairs as needed. Here's the best part. Tension offers a unique schedule. 3 days on, 1 day off, 3 days on, then 7 full days off. That's a full week off every other week. Plus, Tension offers competitive wages, great benefits like 401k, health, dental, and vision insurance. So if you're in Marysville or the surrounding area, apply today for the machine operator or machine adjuster positions at tension.com/careers. That's tension.com/careers. Tension Corporation is an equal opportunity employer.
A statement made on Monday night. Good morning, I'm Jay Reynolds. Lions went into Baltimore for Monday Night Football and come out with an 8-point win. 4 rushing touchdowns for Detroit, 2 each for Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. Lions win at 38-30. Detroit coach Dan Campbell.
To be able to come in here on a Monday night at their place with those weapons, that type of team, that's a good win for us, you know. I don't know, statement, all this and that, but it just feels good to know against a type of team like that, you play a different type of game and you're able to find a way to win.
Among the possessions for Detroit, scoring drives of 98 yards and 96 yards. The defense comes up with 7 sacks of Lamar Jackson. Baltimore falls to 1-2. They'll face another 1-2 team in Week 4 when they go to Kansas City and face the Chiefs. Niners are among the 3-0 teams, but they learned yesterday they'll be without defensive end Nick Bosa for the rest of the season. He has a torn right ACL. Chargers say running back Najee Harris is done for the season, torn Achilles. Cowboys could be looking at 3 to 4 weeks without C.D. Lamb. He has a high ankle sprain. On the heels of their 30-0 shutout loss, Atlanta firing wide receivers coach Ike Hilliard. Baseball, final week of the regular season, and another team officially added to the postseason.
First pitch, Fermin swings, lines it into center field. That'll do it. Freddie Fermin walks it off as Bryce Johnson scores, and the Padres are headed back to the playoffs in 2025.
97-3 The Fan. Padres an 11th inning walk-off win over the Brewers to clinch at least a wild card berth. They're 2.5 out of the division. Cardinals a 6-5 win over the Giants. They're both 3.5 games out of a wild card spot. Braves an 11-5 win over the Nationals for their 9th straight win, but Atlanta loses Ozzie Albies to a broken bone in his hand. From college, ACC athletic directors agreeing to go to a 9-game conference schedule. Bruce Pearl stepping down as the hoops coach at Auburn.
Dude, did you order the new iPhone 17 Pro? Got it from Verizon, the best 5G network in America. I've never looked so good.
You look the same.
But with this camera, everything looks better, especially me.
You haven't changed your hair in 15 years. Selfies? Check, please.
New and existing customers can get the new iPhone 17 Pro, designed to be the most powerful iPhone ever. With eligible phone trade-in and unlimited ultimate. Any condition guaranteed. Best 5G source root metrics data, United States, 1H 2025. All rights reserved. Trade-in and additional terms apply for all offers. See Verizon.com for details.
Offer not valid in all states or where prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details.
Honey, the credit card bill came, and we're maxed out.
Maxed out cards, rent is due. We just need some extra cash to help us get by.
Maybe we should go to 27cash.com.
With our bad credit?
27cash.com is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with any type of credit get up to $5,000, and cash can hit our bank account as soon as tomorrow.
When you need extra cash, go to 27cash.com. That's 27cash.com. 27cash.com.
From ABC News, Wall Street now. For a third consecutive session, the major stock indexes have closed at record highs. The Dow on Monday rose 66 points to finish at 46,381. The S&P added nearly 0.5%. Rising tech shares lifted the Nasdaq by 0.7. Boeing may be on the brink of a major deal. Bloomberg reports that Turkish President Erdogan plans to buy hundreds of airliners from the Seattle-based aerospace company and F-35 fighter jets from Lockheed Martin. Using the pay later option at checkout could soon hit your credit score. Earlier this year, FICO announced that it would start factoring buy now, pay later loans into credit scores in the fall. The agency still has offered no specific date for the switch. 4 years after being bought out of bankruptcy, Toys R Us is expanding its brick-and-mortar comeback by doubling its U.S. store count. The company plans to open 10 new flagship stores and 20 seasonal holiday shops by the end of this year. Jim Ryan, ABC
Arbor
News.
Manor Steakhouse and Motel is proud of the Auburn High School students for doing well in class and joining scholastic organizations. From Arbor Manor Steakhouse and Motel in Auburn, 402-274-3663 for reservations, and visit the steakhouse for prime rib on Fridays and Saturdays.
Grab your riding partner, UTV, and experience the thrill of the Blue Rapids Road Ramble October 4th, the best experience you'll have on a road ramble all year. Registration begins 8:30 a.m. at the Blue Rapids Fairgrounds on October 4th. Search Blue Rapids Road Ramble on Facebook for more information.
Ag News from the Mid-America Ag Network. I'm James Guerin. Border Queen Harvest Hub is a farmer-led cooperative in Caldwell, Kansas that helps producers connect their crops directly with local consumers, schools, and businesses. The hub focuses on shortening the supply chain, giving farmers fair prices, while providing communities with fresh, locally grown food. By pooling resources, coordinating logistics, and marketing products together, the Border Queen Harvest Hub strengthens rural economies, builds relationships between farmers and buyers, and makes it easier for families and institutions to access healthy food that comes straight from Kansas farms. During the Kansas State Fair, our very own Zach Mabe sat down with Jen, who works for Border Queen Harvest Hub, and he asked her, where do the farmers go and find her?
I'm from Caldwell, Kansas, and so there's a 60-mile radius from there, south, north, east, west, that I cover. So if you are outside that area, so let's say you're north of Wichita, further than 60 miles from the border of Kansas, then Shop Kansas Farms is where you would want to go.
Okay.
So that's shopkansasfarms.com. Mine is borderqueenharvesthub.com. You go there, you click on sell, and then you create an account, create a listing, and boom, you are on.
The topic of cottage food law was brought up with Jen, and she explained it perfectly for us.
Yes, so there are some things that fall under cottage law, and it might be jams and jellies or baked goods. Eggs can fall under that, but those are things that you can sell as long as it's under so much money a year.
Okay.
So you're a small business, a starter business maybe, or maybe you just want to stay that small and you're just selling on the side. So that would make it so that you don't have to do something in the commercial kitchen or have your kitchen inspected or have to have a license and so forth for that.
Ag News from the Mid-America Ag Network.
In a significant ruling involving how federal administrative agencies adjudicate disputes with farmers, the Third Circuit Court of Appeals recently decided a case involving a New Jersey farming operation. From Kansas State University, this is Agriculture Today. I'm Jeff Wickman. K-State and Washburn University law professor Roger McOwen says this is an interpretation of a U.S. Supreme Court opinion issued in the summer of 2024.
And it really has significant implications for when a farmer gets into an administrative issue with, for example, FSA, NRCS, any sub-agency of USDA. It has serious implications for that, and positive ones, I would say, for farmers.
McOwen says the case involves a farm that had hired 19 H-2A workers.
The Department of Labor came in and alleged that the farm had breached its employment agreement with the workers by failing to provide adequate housing and meals and transportation and the guaranteed number of work hours, which is all contractually required when you hire H-2A workers. Well, instead of bringing the case in federal district court, of course, the Department of Labor pursued the matter through its own administrative process. That process resulted in over $500,000 worth of fines being levied against the farm and back wages and all of that. So it's pretty serious. And the attorneys for the farm grabbed onto this U.S. Supreme Court opinion, the Jarcasi opinion, and they said, now, wait a minute. This is just a private dispute. Yes, it's a private contract dispute, yes, against the government, but it doesn't involve federal tax dollars per se. It's not a tax issue. This is a contract that the farm has with the H-2A workers, and that's governed by Department of Labor. And so they said it's really like a private contract. We think we can go straight to court.
McOwen says the court agreed with the farm that they can bypass the administrative process and waive Article 3 objection because the Department of Labor never informed them of their right to refuse administrative adjudication.
So what happens is that the Department of Labor's enforcement action was unconstitutional. And so those fines, those penalties go away. And it's going to change the way that I think federal administrative agencies prosecute matters, the way they deal with participants in their various programs. And of course, for our farmers and ranchers, this is a big deal. And I'll be emphasizing this at farmer seminars and attorney seminars that represent farmers, that, look, here are the situations where you're still going to be stuck in the administrative appeal process. But we've got another branch here of disputes that your clients may have, your farm clients may have, where we bypass that process and can go straight to court. Save money for the farmers, greater chance of winning.
That was K-State and Washburn University law professor Roger McOwen. The complete blog article is available on agmanager.info. This has been Agriculture Today over the K-State Radio Network.
Fall bulb planting is not just for daffodils and tulips. We'll talk about fall blooming bulbs today on the Old Farmer's Almanac Radio Report.
If you're a farmer or rancher, chances are you've thought about joining Kansas Farm Bureau. So what's stopping you? Your membership means you have a seat at the table when it comes to the issues that affect your farm. Things like trade, taxes, water, and regulations. The state's largest farm advocacy organization brings your message to policy decision makers at the county, state, and national level. The voice of agriculture becomes your voice and fights for Kansas farmers and ranchers. And a Kansas Farm Bureau membership includes other benefits. For about $50 a year, you'll receive discounts on equipment and supplies, cell phone plans, financial and legal support, home and office supplies, and more. You'll also receive Kansas Living, a quarterly lifestyle magazine featuring real stories of farmers and producers around the state, plus great recipes, crafts, and things to see and do in Kansas. Join us today. Visit kfb.org/farmerrancher to learn more.
With more practical tips and useful advice, this is the Old Farmer's Almanac Radio Report for Tuesday, September 23rd, the 266th day of the year. Musicians Ray Charles and John Coltrane were both born on this day, and in 1846, Neptune was discovered. Fall is bulb planting season. Have you considered putting in some fall blooming varieties along with springtime bloomers? Many will produce color well into December. Autumn crocus and meadow saffron are some of the more well-known options, and hybrids like Autumn Queen, Lilac Wonder, and Water Lily are hardy to USDA Zone 5 or even colder with winter protection. Your local garden center can recommend what's best for your region. The subtle pink and violet hues of fall blooming bulbs are just the thing to brighten up the typically dull palette of October and November. That's the Old Farmer's Almanac Radio Report. Find more seasonal garden advice at almanac.com.
Light rain, cloudy overcast, 61 degrees. Cooler high around 70 today. Gusty winds accompanying a cold front approach overnight, and that prompting the shower activity across a good portion of Kansas, Nebraska this hour. Along the state line, we've got activity mostly north of I-70. That extends through the eastern third of the state. Southeast Nebraska also seeing light shower activity, which will likely continue for the next couple of hours.
Kansas Mid-American Network Sports. I'm Andy Hoosier. After their first win of the regular season in week number 3, the Kansas City Chiefs player Chris Jones says he no longer wishes to swap jerseys with Russell Wilson. KSN News reports in the post-game interview with Jones, he was asked about wanting to do a jersey swap with Wilson in the past, but now says he turns down that opportunity. Says, quote, "I've never gotten it. I don't even want it. It's all good. Over the time, you kind of understand. Now I don't even want. It's a love and war situation." The Kansas City Chiefs did dominate the New York Giants in a 22-9 win on Sunday afternoon, putting their record now at 1-2. The Giants sitting at 0-3. Kansas City is back in action coming up this Sunday for another afternoon game against the Ravens. They are back at home at Arrowhead Stadium with that kickoff against Baltimore at 3:25. In baseball, Kansas City Royals back in action tonight with a late game. That first pitch tonight at 8:30 as they are on the road taking on the Angels.
Stay up to date with your high school football teams on the Coach's Corner, airing each evening following sports at around 5:20, with Monday Spotlight on Southern and Diller Odell, Tuesday Centralia and Axtell, Wednesday Lynn and Hanover, Thursday Frankfort and Valley Heights, and Fridays Washington County and Marysville. It's the Coach's Corner following our evening sports at around 5:20 on KNDY. On air, online, on our mobile app, your sports leader in Northeast Kansas.
KNDY.